OpenAI have won. GPT-5.2 thinking is scoring 100%. And by the way, guys, benchmarks are the bane of all of our existence. It all comes down to real world usage and what you get on with. But it's hard to ignore. The one that I find hard to ignore is the SWE bench, overtaking Opus on the SWE bench. Now, I've been using ChatGPT 5.2 today, and my God, is it slow.
Through the API or where?
Through the API, I set it on a pretty hard task. And because here's the thing, we talked about this last week when I talked about it in my video about running local models, right? A lot of these benchmarks, a lot of these one-shot things, they throw in a single page app, but once you put it into a code base where it's got to read loads of context, that's when they start to falter. Saying all that, I gave the GPT 5.2 a task where it was just like, go do this one little task, don't worry about the rest of the code base. Honestly, I fixed about 4 or 5 bugs using Opus in the time that it was running, and then it still didn't fix it. Still didn't fix the bug that it was trying to figure out. So, you know, it is what it is. But the real question which we've been talking about recently is like, does it actually even matter? The everyday user, I think they're not really seeing. People are still stuck on GPT 4.0. They want 4.0 back. They don't care. They're not caring about.
The tone was better.
The tone, yeah, exactly, right. What makes a model good is not these benchmarks and not these numbers. It's the real world usage, and people still are more than happy with 4.0. So whilst OpenAI are barking up this tree of like AGI and the best model, people are still, they're like,
don't we have is it like a saying or something along like the lines when the moment you start to have a test or like a benchmark, it's obsolete?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, there's an argument to say that you know, they're optimizing specifically for these benchmarks. But the thing is, I see it all over YouTube, you know, currently, is like people, us, you, I, the viewers, all of us, we look for that one magic pill that just tells us whether something's good or bad. When we've sort of lost the ability to even consider that actually things need a little bit of work, a little bit of time, a little bit of adjustment. But we're addicted to that one-shot prompt. We're addicted to those sort of bombastic headlines to say this is, you know, the best or this is the worst or whatever. We're losing that ability for nuance. Well, we've lost it completely. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, there is an argument to say that they are optimizing for these benchmarks, because I still showed you the benchmarks, even though I have this opinion that they don't even matter.
Have you done any of the benchmarks yourself, the ArcAGI ones?
No.
Like, there are games you can play them, and there are like no instructions, so you have to do something, and I'm not going to spoil it. I've done like a few of them, and they can be tricky sometimes. But
what's your score?
20% less than ChatGPT. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I never got a score. You just get, or I haven't done enough of it. But like you go to the game, and there are like levels. So level 1 is simple, and then you figure it out, and then you advance the levels, but you get a feeling for it. Like maybe that is the human part. Like, okay, so I need to rotate the block, or I need to interact with that color but not with that color. So it's that type of things. And I guess for AI it takes many runs. That's what my understanding is. It takes many runs to get all that necessary information. Okay, this is how I interact with this game. While for us humans, it's probably just order of magnitude easier, because we are very efficient, right? We are like, our brains are like incredibly efficient, and the amount of data that we take visually and through sound and everything else is just like insanely huge, and the computation that we do at the same time. So what is interesting also about these models getting better at these AGI at these like what are they called again, the ArcAGI tests, is the cost. because it used to take like thousands and thousands of dollars to just do one test, and now it's just much less. I believe it was like Theo mentioned like $11 or something like this, something that was in thousands.
Well, funny you say that, because I wanted to just raise the price real quick. It's $175 in, $14 out, so it's gone up in price. You mentioned Theo. He released it, and I was in the comment section with people, and people are like tired. People are like, oh, like whatever, like, you know. And on the one hand, I get it, and I said it surprises me because we're at the cutting edge of technology. We're supposed to be excited about new technology, and look at how stagnant Apple was. And I know, you know, comparing apples and oranges potentially, but when Apple just weren't releasing any meaningful updates to any of their computers, and then people complained about that because there were no updates. Like, I for sure think we should celebrate any and all improvements to technology. However, in the name of crossing over 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube, right? What do you want to hear about these new models? Like, do you know, balancing that we should be celebrating progress and we do want things to get better, rather than just kind of like dismissing it because it's just you're not the new model. I would like to make these sections more interesting and more kind of like, you know, maybe it's more anecdotes. Maybe you just don't want to hear about them at all because whatever. One guy was like, wake me when GPT-7 is out, sort of thing. And on the one hand, I get it, but on the other hand, it's like any progress on any progress should be celebrated. I don't know. Let us know what you want to hear about these new models. GPT-5.2, I'm here for it, but not really going to affect my day-to-day, especially in coding. I don't know what they're going for at this point, because the normies are happy with 4.0. So yeah, let us know what you're doing with ChatGPT, whether you use it for anything kind of cool, but they're just a meh company for me. This is part of a larger conversation on my show, Cmd+AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.